April 8th, 2018 was a difficult day for me that brought with it the beginning of much conflict within my heart. And no, not because it was National Empanada Day. That part was really nice. No, it was because it was announced that Funko were putting out another series of WWE Pops. And 3 of those were going to be different variations of my favorite WWE wrestler, Asuka. Now, I know what you're thinking. In past videos, I've kind of vaguely danced around the fact that I'm not too crazy about Funko Pops. Yeah, there's your Pops. Let's just get them out of the way. I'm not the biggest Pops fan, but this thing's just gonna be filled with fucking Pops, isn't it? It's fine. It's fine. They're fine. They're fine, I guess. No, really, they are. They're just fine to me. Like, I like the idea of Funko Pops more than I like the actual products, because I know that wanting to express your fandom of something that you love, it can get kind of pricey. I mean, on just this channel alone, you've watched me review statues and chess sets and numerous collector's editions and anniversary boxes and pre-order bonuses. Like my amazing Resident Evil 5 sand globe. I need that! But you know, sometimes the money for those things just isn't there. And that's where a company like Funko comes in. It's fandom on a budget, and it's awesome. No matter if you love comic books, movies, TV shows, video games, and friggin' everything beyond and in between, you can reliably find a Funko Pop from something that you love for only like $10. My problem with Funko Pops, it's the art style. They have slight bobblehead proportions, smaller bodies with an oversized head, so your attention is immediately drawn to the largest part of the pop, their head. But all you're greeted with are these expressionless, plain black eyes and largely featureless faces. Black eyes that are no doubt portals to some horrific Lovecraftian bullshit. Eyes that beg for answers to questions like, why am I like this? Why was I created to feel pain? Personally, I hope someone's been making sure that Stonehenge is okay, because I feel like if some of that goes missing, we're just one happy Halloween Twitch stream away from a Funko-pocalypse.
Dark masks, gather round your TV set, put on your masks, and watch. All witches, all skeletons, all jack-o'-lanterns.
The third commercial, it's still on. Please, for God's sake, please stop it. There's no more time. You've got to, please, stop it now, turn it off.
Oh, this is delicious!
Stop it!
Also, I just googled Funko-pocalypse and was surprised to find that phrase hasn't gotten more play. Like, come on now! Anyways, what the hell were we talking about again? Oh, right. Expressionless black eyes, largely featureless faces. Yeah, that is especially the case with just regular human characters, even more so if the character isn't wearing, like, glasses or any kind of facial accessories. It's weird, because there's a lot of those. Like, characters from sitcoms or dramas, and, like, if they don't have a really standout hairstyle or a signature outfit, just fuck right off in trying to tell who they are. But I also understand that making them that way allows them to be produced to the extent that they are and for the price that they're at, so there's your trade-off. Plus, there are definitely instances where Funko's particular art style works amazingly well for certain kinds of figures. Like, just off the top of my head, the Doom Guy Pop looks awesome, and it's one of my favorite, and literally any of Fallout's Vault Boy Pops look great in Funko's art style. So let's see how Funko's Asuka Pops measure up, huh? Being the fan of Asuka that I am, I had some pretty high hopes for a product that I clearly demonstrate reservations for. Here goes. Funko released 3 different Asuka Pops in the summer of 2018, each one exclusive in their own way that made tracking them down difficult. There was never any clear release date for them, just a kind of general late July, early August time frame. One was a timed Comic-Con exclusive, but then became a Target exclusive, and then there was another Target exclusive, and then a third one could only be found at Walmart. I spent a couple weeks stopping by my local retailers, and I never even found a hint of these things in any of the stores at any point. So, like, I feel bad for people that, like, do this a lot, because just trying to search for, like, the 3 that I really wanted was an incredible pain in the ass, and I don't think I'll ever do that again. Just ended up ordering all 3 online after a couple months. I got them at decent prices, too. I'd probably say I didn't spend more than $40 on all 3. Let's go in for a closer look, huh? First up, our 2018 Summer Convention Limited Edition Asuka, the base for all 3 of these Funko Pops. They chose Asuka's 2015 NXT debut attire for her pop. Red hair accented with a little bit of green, and her pink and yellow tiger striped costume, even detailed to include her individually toed athletic shoes that she dropped for a pair of wrestling boots early the next year. The black stripe of face paint helps fill in a lot of that blank space. Her arms are outstretched to the sides, which I think are meant to mimic the way she struts to the ring during her entrances. Her head is actually capable of movement, but you can't really turn it either direction because of her hair hitting up against her hands, so, you know, yeah. Part of me wonders if choosing Asuka's NXT debut attire was like a conscious decision, or if this is just like a sign of how far in advance these things are planned for and designed, because, like, 3 years can practically be a friggin' lifetime in pro wrestling. Especially for a wrestler with as dynamic of an appearance as Asuka. I mean, in 2018, she's sporting a different length of hair, different and more colors in her hair, a different costume with a different color scheme, but yeah. Either way, I like this version of Asuka. And it reminds me that there were points in my life where the very idea of Asuka being in the WWE seemed like an impossibility. And here I am in 2019 with Asuka as SmackDown Women's Champion, and I've never been so happy to be wrong. Solid pop. Let's see what else we have. Our next Funko Pop is Asuka wearing her entrance mask. These ones were marked as exclusively available at Target retailers. It's the same base pop with her NXT debut attire, but they've painted on her most frequently used mask, even changing the color of the eyes to white. It's not a perfect replica of the actual design, but even with a couple of the colors missing in the details, it's close enough. This is one of those instances where I think the art style of Funko Pops works positively, because it shows off the styling of the mask well and properly uses the space it has to work with. The third one, a Walmart exclusive Funko Pop, features Asuka in her NXT debut attire, but this time sporting her green NXT TakeOver Dallas mask, the mask she wore to the ring when she first captured the NXT Women's Championship. Of course she wasn't wearing the same costume as she was on this Funko Pop, but I get it. That's just me being picky of the knit variety. This is my least favorite of the 3, not just because of that minor detail, but in general, I think Asuka's green mask is one of the weaker designs compared to a lot of the others. So final thoughts on our trio of Asuka Funko Pops. I don't doubt that a big part of it is because I'm just happy to have any kind of Asuka merch, but I am happy with these and will be proudly displaying them for all visitors to see. While I'm definitely not as satisfied with the Walmart exclusive pop, the other 2 more than make up for it, and I'm thankful I managed to grab the whole set for a reasonable price. A quick look at eBay, you can still find most of these from $15 to $25 each, so if you're as much of a fan of Asuka as I am, I do recommend these. And honestly, it just feels great to spend another channel anniversary talking about my favorite wrestler, so thank you, everyone, all of you World Warriors out there. I'm Brian CrowMn for a CrowMn Review, and I'll see you next time, right here, on a CrowMn Review.
We await your return, warrior.